Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Native Echo Podcast, where we make English simple and enjoyable. I'm Harper, and today it's just me. No Julian, no second voice, just you and me, and a quiet little conversation to start your day. So, good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening. Honestly, I don't know when you're listening to this, and that's kind of the beautiful thing about it. Maybe you're still in bed, one eye open, not ready to talk to anyone yet. Maybe you're making coffee. Maybe you're on a bus, looking out the window, watching your city wake up. Wherever you are, I'm really glad you pressed play. And I want to start with a small promise. This episode is called Listen to This Every Morning. And I truly believe that if you do, your English will start to change in about 2 weeks. Not perfect English, not fluent native level English, but real, noticeable change. And by the end of this episode, I'll explain exactly why. So stay with me. But first, let me tell you why I'm even talking about mornings. A few weeks ago, I was sitting at my kitchen table with a cup of coffee. It was early. The sun was just coming up, and the light was that soft golden color that only exists in the morning. And I was scrolling on my phone, half awake, not really doing anything, and I noticed something. My brain felt heavy, slow, like it hadn't turned on yet. And then I thought, what if instead of scrolling, I just listened to something in English? Not to study, not to take notes, just to listen. To let the language be the first thing my brain touches in the morning. So I tried it. The next day, I put on an English podcast while I made breakfast. I didn't try to understand every word. I didn't pause and rewind. I just let it play. And something interesting happened. By the end of the week, English felt lighter, easier, like a door that used to be heavy and stuck, and now it just opens. And that's what I want to share with you today. Why morning listening is so powerful and how you can actually do it. Now, here's the first thing I want you to understand. Your brain in the morning is different. When you wake up, your mind is calm, quiet, empty, in a good way. There's no stress yet, no emails, no arguments, no noise. And this quiet state is perfect for learning. There's a word for this: receptive. When you're receptive, it means you are open, ready to receive something, ready to take it in. In the morning, your brain is naturally more receptive. It's like soft ground after rain. Seeds go in easily. So when you listen to English in the morning, the language goes in more easily too. Compare that to the evening. At night, your brain is full. You've had a long day. You've solved problems, talked to people, made 100 small decisions. By the evening, your mind is tired and it resists new information. It pushes it away. But in the morning, it welcomes it. So, the first reason morning listening works is simple: your brain is ready. Now, the second reason, and this one is my favorite: consistency. Let me ask you something. What's more powerful? Studying English for 3 hours once a week, or listening for 15 minutes every single morning? Most people think 3 hours is better. More time, more learning, right? But actually, no. The 15 minutes wins every time. And here's why. Language is not built in big dramatic moments. It's built in small, repeated ones. It's built through habit. When you do something every single day, it becomes automatic. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to find motivation. It just happens. There's a phrase I love: little and often. It means small amounts done regularly. And little and often beats big and rare almost every time. A little bit of English every morning is far more powerful than a huge study session once in a while. And mornings are perfect for building this kind of habit because mornings are predictable. You wake up every day. You probably have a small routine already: coffee, breakfast, brushing your teeth, getting ready. And if you attach English to something you already do, it sticks. You don't need extra time. You don't need extra energy. You just add listening to a moment that already exists. Let me give you an example from my own life. I connected English to my morning coffee. So now, every time I make coffee, my brain automatically thinks, oh, time to listen. I didn't plan that. It just happened because I did it again and again. The coffee became the trigger, the signal, and now it's effortless. Effortless. That means something feels natural and easy. No struggle. And that's the goal. We're not trying to make English harder. We're trying to make it effortless. Okay, now I want to talk about the biggest mistake people make with listening. And I made this mistake for years, so I understand it very well. The mistake is this: trying to understand every single word. When you listen to English and you don't understand something, what happens? You panic a little. You stop. You rewind. You think, wait, what did they say? And you feel frustrated. And slowly, listening starts to feel like a test, like homework, like something stressful. But here's the truth: you don't need to understand every word. You really don't. Your brain is much smarter than you think. When you listen, even when you miss words, your brain is quietly working in the background. It's collecting patterns, it's noticing rhythm, it's learning the music of the language, even when you're not aware of it. There's a word for the general meaning of something: the gist. When you get the gist, you understand the main idea, not every detail. And honestly, the gist is enough. If you catch 70%, that's a win. If you catch 50%, that's still a win. Because every time you listen, that number slowly grows. So this morning, and every morning, I want you to give yourself permission to not understand everything. Just relax. Let the words flow over you like water. Catch what you can, let the rest go. This is how children learn their first language. They don't study grammar, they just listen for months and months, and slowly it clicks. You're doing the same thing. You're just doing it as an adult, which actually gives you an advantage because you can be intentional about it. Now, let me tell you what happens over 2 weeks, because I promised you change, and I want to be honest about what that change looks like. In the first few days, honestly, you might not feel anything. You'll listen and it'll feel normal, maybe even a little boring. And this is the moment where most people quit. They think, this isn't working. But it is working. You just can't see it yet. Growth is invisible at first. Around day 4 or 5, you'll notice something small. A word you've heard many times will suddenly make sense. You'll think, oh, I know that word now. And it's a nice feeling, a little spark. By the end of the first week, something shifts. English starts to feel more familiar, less foreign. The sounds stop feeling like noise and start feeling like language. You'll catch phrases you couldn't catch before. And then in the second week, the real magic happens. You'll be doing something normal: walking, cooking, working, and an English sentence will just appear in your head on its own. You didn't translate it, you didn't build it word by word, it was just there. And that's the moment you realize something is changing inside you. This is called acquisition, acquiring a language. It's different from studying. Studying is when you sit down and force information into your brain. Acquisition is when the language grows inside you naturally, quietly, through exposure. And listening every morning is one of the best ways to acquire a language. Now, let me give you a few simple tips to make your morning listening actually work. Tip number 1, keep it easy. Don't listen to something too difficult. If you understand almost nothing, it's too hard, and it'll just make you tired. Find something at your level, or just slightly above. Something where you catch most of it, but not all of it. That little bit you don't understand, that's where the growth happens. Tip number 2, don't multitask too much. Now, I know I said listen while making coffee, and that's fine. Light activities are okay. But don't try to listen while reading something else or while having a conversation. Your ears need a little bit of your attention. Not all of it, just a little. Tip number 3, repeat episodes. This one surprises people. They think, I already listened to this. I need something new. But repetition is powerful. When you listen to the same episode 2 or 3 times, you catch new things each time. The first time, you get the gist. The second time, you notice details. The third time, the words start to feel like your own. Repetition is not boring. Repetition is how memory is built. And tip number 4, be patient with yourself. This is the most important one. You will have mornings where you're tired, where you understand less, where it feels hard. That's normal. That's not failure. That's just being human. Some days the ground is softer than others. Just keep showing up. Consistency matters more than perfection. Now, I want to pause here and ask you something, and really think about your answer. What is your morning like right now? What's the first thing you do when you wake up? Is it your phone? Is it the news? Is it stress? Or is it something calm? Because here's a gentle thought. The way you start your morning often sets the tone for your whole day. And if you can give yourself just 15 quiet minutes of English, something you're doing for yourself, for your future, that's a really beautiful way to begin. It's not just language learning. It's a small act of self-care. And I'd love to know, what does your morning routine look like? Tell me in the comments. Even one sentence. Do you listen to English in the morning, or is this a new idea for you? I read every single comment, and it genuinely makes my day. Okay, let me tell you one more thing before we finish, because I want you to understand something deeper about why this works. When you listen every morning, you're not just learning words. You're changing your relationship with English. For a lot of people, English feels like a wall, something big and scary and stressful, something they're not good at. And that feeling, that fear, actually blocks learning. It creates tension. But when English becomes part of your calm morning routine, that fear slowly melts. English stops being a test and starts being a friend, a gentle voice you spend time with every day. And when the fear goes away, learning becomes so much easier. You relax, you absorb more, you enjoy it. And enjoyment, that's the secret ingredient nobody talks about. When you enjoy something, you keep doing it. And when you keep doing it, you improve. It's a beautiful cycle. So this is my invitation to you. For the next 2 weeks, just try it. Every morning, press play. 15 minutes. Doesn't matter if it's this podcast or something else. Just make English the soundtrack of your morning. Don't stress, don't study hard, just listen. Let it flow and watch what happens. Because I promise you, in 2 weeks, you'll notice it. A word here, a sentence there, a feeling of, oh, I understand more now. And that feeling, that quiet, proud feeling, that's what keeps you going. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to be fast. You just need to show up every morning, a little bit, little and often. That's the whole secret. Before I go, let me quickly recap some of the words we used today so they stay with you. Receptive, open and ready to receive something. In the morning, your brain is receptive. Effortless, when something feels natural and easy with no struggle. Listening became effortless. The gist, the general meaning of something, not every detail. Just catch the gist. Acquisition, when a language grows in you naturally through exposure, not forced studying. And little and often, small amounts done regularly. Little and often beats big and rare. Use these this week. They come up more than you think. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you so much for spending this quiet morning moment with me. It really means a lot. If this episode helped you, you know what to do. Press play again tomorrow. Same time, same quiet corner. Let's build this habit together, one morning at a time. Take care of yourself today. Be gentle with yourself. And remember, you're doing better than you think. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Bye for now.